Hi, my name is Christine, and I have been reading the Constitution of the United States, but something has come up that some people are a little bit wondering about because they don't quite understand what's going on. And we have something called the SAVE Act, Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. And people are saying yes, 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 and other people are going no, no. And so I'm going to explain exactly what it is and what it would do and why people are a little leery about it. So first of all, there are people out there who think that our elections have been stolen or that people are voting that shouldn't vote. And while it happens occasionally, it does not happen very often. They did 1 million people in Utah. They looked at 1 million people and they found one person who was registered to vote. It didn't say if it was like an accident. Did they do it on purpose? Did they do it and not realize they did it? Did they did it without? They didn't say anything, so we don't even know if it was done on purpose or if it was just somehow or other they get registered to vote, which I mean, realistically it could happen. And but no instances of anybody voting who was not a citizen of the United States. So there you go. You know, it's just not happening. We have a lot of laws right now that keep people from voting, but some people say we can't be too careful, and that's why they made this bill, because we can't be too careful. So here is what you need to know if this bill passes. First of all, almost every citizen of the United States who is registered to vote will have to re-register to vote. Okay? Everybody, me, you probably, just about every person who's already registered to vote will have to re-register to vote. And you're like, oh, well, that's no big deal. And I'm here to say, yes, it is, because your driver's license is no good. The real ID, the one that you had to get to go on an airplane, that, I don't know, I had to go back to the DMV 3 times before I had all the proper certification letters and all that. Not good. Military ID, not good. Tribal ID, not good. It says only 5 states have a license that would be usable as a license to register to vote. You will have to have, in addition to either your driver's license, real ID, military card, or tribal ID, you will have to have a passport. Passport is $165 or more. A certified birth certificate with a photo ID. And here is the thing that's really difficult, because your name has to match exactly. And I know many people who have used a different name their entire life. Either their middle name instead of their first name, and everything they have is in their middle name as their first name. And if you get married, or you get divorced, as mostly women, if you hyphenate your name, if you're a man and you hyphenated your name, or you took your wife's name, none of that's good. You have, everything that you have has to have the exact name. And I know that on some of my credit cards I have my first and last name. Some of them have a C in the middle. I just saw my Social Security card the other day and it has my full last name. I didn't go look at my passport. I can't remember if it has my full middle name. I can't remember if it has my full middle name or if it has an initial. The thing is that trying to get all of these records together is going to be a pain for anybody who wants to try and register to vote. Also, let's see. If you don't have your birth certificate, you have to get it. Some places are easier to get a birth certificates than others. That there's also a cost involved with that, and if you are no longer living in the state of your birth, it's even harder. I had some nieces who were born in Florida, and trying to get their birth certificate took months. So this is not just something that can be done quickly. Same with the passport. A passport can take several weeks to a month or more to get, depending upon how many are being filed at once. And people are saying that this is like a poll tax because it costs so much money for people to have to get a passport or to get their birth certificate and to try and get all of these documents together. And they're also explaining that if you are in a rural area, if you do not drive, if you are young, if you're a first-time voter, if you don't have a lot of money, military, my goodness, my grandson just came back from military. 5 years he spent in Japan, and how would he get all of this information? It would take a lot if his military ID isn't good. And they're also talking about no more mail-in voting. How will anybody in the military vote? So I want everybody to really take a look at this SAVE Act and think about it, and think about whether or not it's really written the way we need. Will you be able to vote? Will your parents be able to vote? Will your children be able to vote? So start looking at that and ask yourself those questions before you go and say that you are for this SAVE Act. I am not. I will be honest with you. I'm trying to keep this apolitical, but I just do not think that this is what our founders, after reading the Constitution, this is not what our founders wanted. Yes, they wanted people to be able to vote, even though at the time it was only men, and yes, we know all that. But they didn't want to make it difficult. They wanted to make it easy for these men to vote. They didn't insist on them being landowners or anything like they did in other places. I just don't think this is the right way to go. If you're concerned, okay, I get it, you're concerned, but we need to find a different way for the concerns to come out, maybe some state laws or something. But this is very restrictive, and it's going to cut way down on the amount of people who are able to vote, period. And that would be a shame, because I think the more people that vote, the better our democracy is. So thank you for all of that. Have a good day.